Welcome to Aligned Christ-Centered Yoga. My name is Linda and I'll be guiding our practice today. And my question for you as you begin your practice today is this. How firm is your foundation when you feel the world shifting underneath your feet? When temptations come your way, when life is very uncertain, when there are many distractions that are drawing you away from Jesus. I was at the beach last week and we happened to be there between two hurricanes. And so there were riptides. On the one day, the surf looked fairly gentle, but underneath, as you started to walk in, you could feel the current just pulling you in and pulling you to the side. And as I planted my feet, the sand kind of just swirled around underneath it. And when you looked really closely at the ocean, you could see that the waves were crossing against each other. That's actually the picture that's at the beginning of this video. But it didn't look that threatening. And I think that that's where we often find ourselves in life. We know that things are going wrong. They don't look like they're horribly bad yet. But we have to anchor in as soon as we realize that. Today's practice, we're going to work on our feet. The essence of our foundation physically. And so we're also going to stretch through the hamstrings and the hips. So if you would like to get a strap and some blocks, go ahead and do that. I want to read to you today from Psalm 46. The Psalm says this: God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way, and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells, and God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at the break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, and the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." I want to take away a couple things from this as we enter into our practice today. First of all, God is our refuge and our strength. God is within her. She will not fall. He's talking about being within the people of Judah, his chosen people. Later, with the onset of Pentecost and the Holy Spirit indwelling, this is a promise for us as well, that God lives within us. We will not fall. Nations are in an uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. As I'm recording this today, the United States is pulling out of Afghanistan. There are terrorists that are causing all kind of chaos there. COVID-19 is still a thing. I know a beautiful child that's in the hospital now. It's on a ventilator. Hurricane Ida is slamming the coast of Louisiana. But God is within us, and we will not fall. As we practice today, consider the ways that you hold on to faith in those times where the earth feels like it is shifting underneath your feet. I invite you to sit comfortably, hips elevated on a blanket or a prop. One hand across your chest, one hand across your belly, closing your eyes. Can you find breath? Long and slow, inhaling down the body all the way to the pelvic floor. Exhaling up the body, finding strength and stability in that exhale. Feel the structure of the bones as the muscles begin to melt. Space between the vertebrae of the spine, crown of the head rising high. Can you create space with breath, breathing into the back of the body as well as the front? Take 3 more breaths here, hands down. Can you still feel your breath moving through the body? How do you hold steady and firm when the earth shifts beneath you? God is our refuge and our strength. Gently open your eyes and take that front leg. Begin to just put your foot flat on the mat. Take your thumbs at the top of the ankle and gently move them forward down the foot and out across the base of the toes. So we're going to start with a foot massage here. Just kind of waking up the sensations in the feet, connecting a little bit more to those proprioceptors, enabling us to find balance. And then as you're ready, go ahead and switch that and come to the underside of the foot, the bottom of the foot, and go from the top of the heel pad up and then across the ball of the foot. So the same kind of motion that you just did on top, you're now doing on the bottom. And one more time here. Take your fist to the arch of the foot and gently just press and rotate, maybe knuckles in a little bit. Take that fist to the heel. Gently press at the base of the big toe. And then hold on to the big toe at the knuckle and just turn that toe side to side, move it forward and back. Let all those joints move freely. And then the base of that next toe, and hold on to the toe and move it. Base of the next toe. Fourth toe. And then finally that little toe. And take your opposite hand and can you wedge your fingers in between your toes? So this can be very intense for some people, particularly if you're used to wearing shoes with a tight toe box. So just find, tension, but not pain and struggle. And then with your fingers, gently bring them a little wider and a little narrower. So just kind of back and forth here. And gently just move the foot, the ball of the foot forward and back. Move those toes forward and back. Once again, take your thumbs to the top of the heel. This time, come to the inside tendon of the foot and press along the inside of that tendon. So you're not on the tendon itself, but you may be able to feel a little bit of release, a little tension as you come up from the ball of the foot to the base of the big toe. And then move to the outside of that foot from the ball of the foot to the base of the pinky toe. And one more time here. And then cup your hands and just smack your feet. And as you're ready, put flat on the mat in front of you and bring the other foot forward as well. And just notice, is the color of the feet the same? What are the sensations that you're feeling in the foot that you just massaged compared to the other foot? Close your eyes, sitting on the sitting bones again, and checking in. Do you feel a difference not only in the feet, but can you feel a difference also on the side of the body that you just massaged compared to the other? And as you're ready, release. So we're just going to do the same thing in the other side. So now you know where we're going. We're just going to start at the top of the ankle, foot to the mat, and just massage center and then out across the base of the toes. And then reverse that, connecting to the bottom of the foot. So again, from the top of the heel pad and then up across the ball of the foot. Just 4 or 5 times, kind of a quick in and out here. Take that fist to the arch of the foot, to the heel. Take your thumb to the base of the big toe, press in and massage it out. Then hold on to that big toe, just kind of twisting it side to side, moving it front and back. Same thing, working your way down the rest of the toes. While you're doing this, can you reconnect to your breath? Finally, that little toe as well. And as you're ready, take your fingers and press the fingers in between the toes. So I'm using my opposite hand here. Noticing that this foot is a little tighter than the other one. And again, just begin to spread the fingers wide and bring them in, back and forth here. Gently spread the fingers wide and draw them out of the foot. Find that inside tendon, come from the top of the heel pad and just come up beside that tendon, up towards the ball of the foot. Find your release. And then the outside of the foot, inside the tendon on the outside of the foot. From the top of the heel up and towards the ball of the foot. And as you're ready, smack your foot. And again, just bring your foot in front. Checking in, noticing the color of your feet. The way that that foot is connected to the mat compared to the other one. Finding your sitting bones, stacking spine and shoulders above the hips. Closing your eyes. Noticing any sensations running along that side of the body compared to the other. As you're ready, if you're on a prop, come off it and bring all of your props towards the front edge of the mat, keeping your strap nearby. Bending your knees, come down to the mat. And just lie down flat for a moment and windshield wiper your feet and bounce your knees and wiggle your hips. Bring your hands all the way up, palms face together, thump the shoulders down a couple of times. And just let the hands come down towards your hips. So quick check-in here. Notice right side compared to left. Just the angles of the feet, the way that the legs are connected at the calves and the hamstrings. Are you resting on either side of that tailbone or on the tailbone itself? Where does the arch of the back begin and end? How are your shoulders connected? Are they the same? Notice the arch of the neck and the way that the head has settled. So as you're ready, draw your right knee in. Just give that leg a hug. And if this is hard on your back, maybe you bend the other leg. Maybe you keep it straight. If the left leg is extended, flex the foot. Imagine that you're standing that foot in shifting stand and keep it as strong as you can. Exhaling, draw nose to knee and release. 2 more times here. As you're ready, hands behind your leg, go ahead and come up into an easy hamstring stretch. So just wherever you feel the tension, we're not stretching too much here in the moment. Again, no struggle. Is that leg that's on the ground still firm and engaged, even if the knee is bent? Then as you're ready, bring the heel back to your hip. Take that right arm underneath the leg, underneath the shin. Take your left hand to the outside of the foot, cradling the shin, and begin to gently draw the knee to the outside towards the shoulder and then up towards the collarbone. So just creating a really gentle U shape here. One more time. And then as you're ready, just let that knee come out to the side. Bring the hand around to support it. Bring the foot up and find a half happy baby. So happy baby with just one leg here. Again, that knee coming towards the armpit. And maybe this is where you stay with your hands. Maybe you hold a little closer to your ankle. Maybe you hold the outside of your foot or 2 fingers at the big toe. And just find the pose that's right for you and extend that other arm out in a capital T, just out to the side. How engaged is your stabilizing leg? Can you find your breath? 2 more breaths here. Gently bring the hand that's holding the leg behind your thigh again. Let the heel drop. Bring that leg to center. Again, just giving yourself a hug, tuck knee, nose to knee. One more time, extend the leg up into a hamstring stretch. Just notice where it goes. Maybe it's the same. Maybe you're getting a little more stretch and flexibility out of it now. And then as you're ready, just keep the foot there. Make it strong and engage that leg as well. Arms come out to the side. Slowly lower that leg down to the mat. Move with breath. And checking in, just notice the right side of the body compared to the left. All the way up from ankle to knee and knee to hip, hip to shoulder, shoulder to ear, even the way that the skull is resting. So same sequence on the other side. So you decide whether that right knee is bent or straight. Activate that right leg wherever you are. Hold on to that left leg. Give yourself a hug. Tucking your chin, nose to knee, and release. 2 more times. And then as you're ready, let that leg come up. And the hips settle, just finding the hamstring stretch that's right for you. And just gently drop that knee down. And again, just cradle the legs. So my right hand is going to come to the outside of the foot. My left arm is going to come under the knee and across and around the shin. Gently just drawing that knee, shoulder to collarbone. If you have the flexibility, you can bring your arms around the outside of the leg and connect with the hands in a bind. Okay. As you're ready, come out to the side. Again, you're going to bring this left hand underneath the leg, around the hamstring, behind the knee. Go ahead and bring that foot up towards the ceiling. Activate it. Flex the foot. Imagine that you're pushing the foot up even as the knee is bent and drawing towards the armpit. And then hold on wherever is best for you, right? So just explore it and find it and what's your best option. And you're going to hold on with that same arm, and that opposite arm is just going to come out to the side. And take a few breaths here, just giving the muscles time to let go and release. Part of finding stability in the hips is finding the flexibility in all the muscles surrounding the hips. How stable are you? Body, mind, and spirit. As you're ready, hands come behind that thigh again. The heel drops down. Come to the center, nose to knee as you give yourself a hug. Hand behind the leg. Let the leg come all the way up. Find the hamstring stretch. Notice if it's changed. Are you still activating that stabilizing leg? Can you activate the leg that is stretching? And then as you're ready, hands out to the side, just slowly bring that leg down to the mat. And as you settle again, just noticing the left side of the body compared to the right. How are you anchored down to the mat? Ankle to knee, knee to hip, hip to shoulder, shoulder to ear, even the weight of the head. As you're ready, come in, give yourself a hug and rock side to side. And then take both knees a little wide, feet in front of you, roll up to a sitting position and roll back and forth here. A few times. One more, massaging out the spine. And just come up to a sitting position. And then from your sitting position, meet me in table. Connect my mic here. So on hands and knees, wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, knees are directly underneath the hips, feet are behind you. Create a little bubble of air in the pocket of your hands. Find neutral position of the spine. Exhale into child. Inhale to table. 2 more times here, child to table. Meet me back in table. And this time, bring the big toes together and the knees out to the side. Bring those hands, one handprint forward. Begin to find a stretch in the inner thigh and groin as the chest comes down towards the mat. So soften the rib cage, upper body melting towards the mat. Head supported either on a prop or the mat. Can you find a deep breath? All the way, lungs, filling the rib cage, all the way down to the pelvic floor. And then find that strength and release as you exhale up the body. Get your ready, press into your hands and rise up. Bring the knees in underneath the feet. Curl your toes under and bring your knees up into your rib cage. This first downward facing dog. Let your head come down and just shake it out, knowing yes. Begin to pedal through your feet. So engage through the abdominals, move the hips side to side. On the next inhale, heels rise. On the next exhale, heels come towards the mat. So find what's right for you. Knees may still be bent. This is your first downward facing dog. How does it feel? Where might you want to make modifications? What's feeling strong today? On the next inhale, go ahead and lift that right leg up to the sky. Heel to hip, knee to sky, open up, find breath. And then bring that leg center and bring it all the way through the hands. Hands to either side of the foot, and maybe you're using blocks. Begin to drop that back leg down and up. As you're ready, let that back knee settle to the mat, top of the foot to the mat. Bring a proper block to inside your foot. Start a little higher than you think you need to. And can you bring both forearms to that block? A lot of different ways you can do this. So if you're up high, maybe you use 2 blocks. Begin to drop into that back hip and adjust the prop for whatever's right for you. And some of you will be able to go all the way down to the mat with your forearms. Wherever you are for this pose today, can you bring that upper leg in, where the leg is connected to your arm, in towards the arm, and the arm connected and pressing out towards the leg. So create a little traction there. Notice what's going on with your hands. Maybe you have them gently in prayer. Can you find release with breath? Stay here for another breath. Then engage through the abdominals, press into the hands and gently come up. Bring hands to either side of your foot, maybe bring blocks to either side of your foot. Raise that back leg and straighten and bend that front leg a couple of times. And as you're ready, just come into a humble warrior, the body extended down and over that leg. And just stay there. Are those back toes pointing forward? Thinking about firm foundation, can you press through that front foot at the base of the big toe, the little toe, and the heel? Can you press through that back foot at the base of the big toe and the little toe? And maybe the heel if it's on the floor. As you're ready, release. Go ahead and lunge forward. Hands to either side of the foot. Take that foot all the way back. Dropping to your knees, child to table twice. How much length can you find in the spine? Meet me in table. Make table as strong as you can make it, and just imagine that you're on the beach and that those waves are swirling around your hands and your legs and that the sand is shifting, but you are holding steady. Curling the toes underneath, meet me in downward facing dog. Again, just notice where the body goes. This time the left leg rises high, heel to hip, knee to sky, open up. And then extend that leg all the way up to the sky as you square everything off. Gaze comes to the hands, that foot comes all the way forward. Drop and lift the back leg. Maybe you're using props or blocks. And as you're ready, that back knee drops down, top of the foot to the mat. You're finding stretch in the psoas here. Again, bring a block to the inside of your foot. And again, start a little higher than you think you need to. Check in. Maybe this side is very different than the other side. And begin to drop into that stretch a little bit more. Find breath. Find length in the spine. 2 more breaths here. As you're ready, press into your hands and come up. Extend the back leg up. Maybe you are using props on either side of that foot as you straighten and bend your front leg. So now stretching out through that left leg. Can you stabilize the hips? Hip crease just reaching for the sky and coming straight back. And then find the stretch and let the body melt over the leg. Can you find the foundation in the stretch? What are the spiritual disciplines that you turn to when the earth starts to shift underneath you? Is it prayer? Is it scripture? Is it meeting with other believers? Is it a long walk in nature? Just talking to Jesus. As you're ready, bring that front knee over the ankle. This time, the back leg comes up to meet the front. Go ahead and find a forward fold. Hold on to your elbows. Let the top of your head come down. And gently just move side to side, releasing the lower back. Rib cage might be touching the thighs. Just really bend those knees enough that you can find length in the spine. As you're ready at center, take another deep breath. Lift and lower the hips. And find that forward fold. And again, just noticing body, mind, and spirit. What is happening in this forward fold? Is there surrender? Hands to shins, come up halfway. Exhale down, and then pressing through your feet, rise all the way up, mountain pose, palms together, hands to heart. Begin to rock a little bit forward and back. Ball of the foot, back to the heel. Find center. And begin to rock the foot inside and outside. Outside of both feet, inside of both feet. And find center. Looking down, are your feet parallel, hip width apart? And imagine roots just growing through, and imagine that shifting sand all around you. And draw the navel in and up, and knit together the rib cage and soften it and draw it down. And let the crown of the head, the top of the head, rise high. God is our refuge and our strength, our ever-present help in trouble. Taking a deep breath in, arms rise up. Exhaling, forward fold. Hands to shins, come up halfway. Exhale down, meet me in plank. From plank, draw down to the mat, child to table twice. And as you're ready, meet me in child and stay there for 3 breaths. Finding strength today in child's pose. Forearms and the shins pressing down, the hands and the tops of the feet connected to the texture of the mat. Massage out your forehead. Inhale, finding length in the spine. Hip creases drawing back. Breathe into the back of the body as well as the front. 1 more breath. As you're ready, press into your hands and come up. Meet me in table. Curling the toes under, meet me in downward facing dog. And again, pedal through your feet. And move your hips and just notice what's going on. And then inhaling, heels rise, and exhaling, heels come down. And draw the belly in. And that right leg comes all the way up to the sky. Heel to hip, knee to sky. Open up. Breathe. Shake your head out, no and yes. And then inhaling, the leg comes up, and exhaling, that foot comes in between the hands. And this time, rise all the way up into your lunge. And exhale and bring hands to your leg as you gently bring the thigh towards the knee and the knee directly above the ankle. And lift that back thigh to the sky and then bend the knee just a bit, finding stretch in the front of the hip. Shoulders over hip, arms rise. Find your lunge. Can you find stability here? And if you can't, maybe you go into warrior 1 and that back leg is flat to the mat and angled out to the side. So, if you're really shaky in lunge, then that is an option, is to go to warrior 1. Let's take that right hand to the small of the back, left arm across. Inhale, lengthen, exhale into your twist. Create that traction again, the outside of the hand to the outside of the leg now. Can the shoulders relax? Can you wrap your muscles around the spine? As you're ready, release. Again, the arms come all the way up. Find a back bend. And exhale, hands to either side of the foot. Press into that left hand as the right arm comes up. Find a gentle twist here. And just stack wrist to shoulder and shoulder to shoulder and shoulder to wrist. And release. And maybe straighten out that front leg as the head comes down and over it. And as you're ready, bend the front leg and hands to either side of the foot, and the front foot goes to the back, and find plank. And from plank, come down to your knees and child to table twice. And curl your toes underneath and meet me in downward facing dog. And this time the left leg rises high and heel to hip and knee to sky and open up. And as you're ready, that leg comes all the way up and the gaze comes forward and the foot comes through the hands. And rise into your lunge. And let your hands come down to that front leg. And again, just gently bringing the muscles of the thigh a little towards the knee. Extending that back thigh to the sky, and then bending the knee just enough that you can engage through this hip and the psoas. Again, just find stability. Imagining today the shifting sand underneath you. The things of this earth will always change. Arms rise. But Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Left hand to the small of the back, right arm across. Find a gentle twist. Again, just find the twist that's right for you. Inhaling a little more length into that spine. Maybe as you exhale, going a little more deeply into the twist. As you're ready, release, and the arms rise up, and there's a bit of a back bend. And then exhaling, hands come down to either side of that foot and press into that right hand and bring that left arm up. And twist here. Again, just noticing your feet. Are you still connected in that front foot? At the base of the big toe, little toe, and heel. Is that back heel reaching towards that wall behind you? As you're ready, release. And straighten out this front leg. Do whatever is right for you. And let the head come heavy over it. Back of the head reaching towards the mat. As you're ready, front leg, front knee over the ankle. Bring the back foot up to meet the front. This time, let the hands come to the heel and then around to the other side. So, release the tension in the neck. Shake the head out, no and yes. Center. Hands to shins. Rise up halfway. Exhale down. Stay here. Bend your right leg just a little more, keeping your left leg where it is, pushing that left foot down into the mat. Can you find a stretch in the outside of that left hip or the left leg? And then deeply bend both knees. And same thing on the other side. So now my left knee is bent, my right leg is straight-ish. I'm pretty tight today, so every practice looks a little different. Again, both knees bent. Find the forward fold. Hands to shins, rise up halfway. Exhale down. Pushing through the feet, come all the way up. Meet me in mountain. Palms together, hands to heart. Find breath. Stay here. 2 more breaths. Checking in body, mind, and soul. On that next inhale, arms rise up. Go ahead and take that right foot behind the left and connect at the little toes, heels out. Take the left hand to the hip and then bring your right arm over. So can you connect fully into that right foot, finding length from fingertips all the way down to the hip, all the way down the outside of that leg. And then release. Take a deep breath in. Cross the wrists as you come down. Unwind. Find mountain. Hands to heart. Take a breath. Notice the way the feet are connected to the mat. Realign them. And then the other side, the left leg comes behind. So again, the pinky toe to pinky toe. And this time, my right hand will come to the hip as the left arm reaches up. And I'm going to get as much length as I can with that inhale, and then I'm just going to exhale over and across. Gaze up. Again, just drawing the belly in, finding the stretch. Breathe. And release. Find mountain pose again, hands to heart. Pressing to the feet, take 2 breaths and check in. Deep breath in, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to shins, come up halfway. Exhale down, one leg back and then the other. Find your plank. From plank, knees to the mat, child to table 3 times. Are you moving with your breath? Come back into your child's pose and stay there. And consider maybe bringing those knees out just a little bit wider. Find what's right for you. Forehead to the mat. And this time, can you just relax into child's pose? The muscles soft, draped over the bones. Breath moving freely. Two more breaths here. As you already press into your hands and rise up, bring the legs in front of you. And gently bringing the feet wide. Go ahead and just drop the knees side to side. Massage out the glutes. And then come to center and bring the feet in, hands behind the legs. This is our first cat and cow today. Gently draw the belly in, find cat, exhaling. Inhaling, rise to cow. Two more times here. Release the legs. Extend the legs forward and find a gentle hamstring stretch. So I'm going to support my underneath my knees with a block here. And then make your legs strong. And maybe move your sitting bones back just a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Find a very supported staff pose. So shoulders are dropping down towards the hips. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. And then bring the rib cage to your knees, or to your thighs, and hands around your feet or your ankles. So maybe those knees get bent a little bit more, maybe you go a little straighter. Find something that is gentle with just a hint of tension. And then hands behind the feet or on the legs, create traction there. Imagine the shoulder blades gliding down the back into the outside of the body, the elbows drawing towards the spine. Head is a natural extension of the back right now. Find breath. As you're ready, press into your hands and come up. Go ahead and extend one leg long. Keep the block underneath your other leg. And, if that felt really good, maybe you take it down. So wherever you are, again, feeling very supported, start in staff position. This time, you're going to bring both of your hands towards the leg that is supported. So for me, it's my right. Again, I'm going to bring the rib cage to thighs. This time, I'm going to cross my arms, and I'm going to create some traction that way. So again, maybe it's around your arms, hands are around your feet, maybe around your leg. Can you find length in the spine, release in the lower back? And this time, let the head come down. Back of the head grows heavy, coming towards the mat. As you're ready, press into your hands and come up. One more time, strong staff pose. Stay right there with that supported leg. Bring that opposite hand across the leg and then cartwheel. So for me, it's my right arm behind me, and find a twist here. Can you activate both legs? Legs and glutes strong. And as you're ready, release. Bend both knees. Hands to the tops of the shins. One cat, one cow. I'm going to extend my right leg, support my left leg. Both feet are flexed. Both feet are pressing towards the front of the mat. Arms reach up, find that staff pose. Draw the shoulders down, engage through the shoulder girdle. Come forward from the hip crease, hinging forward, rib cage to thighs. Cross the hands, and then maybe cross them the opposite direction if you automatically crossed them the same way as you did last time. And begin to find your stretch here. And one more breath here. So as you're ready, press into your hands, gently come up. Again, find staff. You're just going to drop that right arm across the leg, cartwheel that left arm all the way back. Activate the muscles of the legs, find the sitting bones, and find your twist. As you're ready, come back to center. Blocks go to the front edge of the mat. Come down onto your back, knees bent. Give yourself a hug, rock side to side. And then coming to center, let that left foot come to the mat. You're holding on to that right leg. And if you have a strap and want to use it, go ahead and strap the ball of the foot. So not the arch, you're at the ball. And maybe it will feel good for your back to extend this other leg, your left leg, maybe not, right? So you do what's right for you. As you're ready, go ahead and hold the strap in your left hand at your shoulder. Right arm comes out to the side, and gently let that right leg come all the way out to the side. So keep it strong, keep the muscles engaged. Can you keep the hips on the mat? Can you find breath? On the next inhale, gently draw that leg up. Switch so that the strap is now in the same hand across the shoulder. You're just going to bring that leg across the midline of the body. And can you do this without twisting the hip? So you're folding that leg over. And that will determine range of motion and find breath. As you're ready, come up to center. One time, bend the knee, heel to hip. Raise that leg up. Find your hamstring stretch. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you hold on behind the leg and draw nose to knee. Let the upper body come down. Hold on to that stretch for 2 more breaths, using the strap if it's best for you. And then gently unstrap the leg. Arms out to the side. Slowly bring that leg down to the mat. Again, checking in right side, left side, noticing, does one side of the body feel longer than the other? Maybe a little closer or more connected to the mat. Notice each side, comparing heel to knee, knee to hip, hip to shoulder blades, shoulder blades to the back of the head. Same sequence on the other side. So we're going to strap our left foot. Again, strapping the ball of the foot. So find it here first and then hold on with this. If you're strapping, hold on with the opposite hand. So my left arm is out to the side for balance, and I'm gently just going to let that leg come down. And I have furniture in the way here. If you are at home and have furniture in the way, move it out of the way. Find that stretch and that release. And, is that supporting leg activated? Heel pressing away from the body, quadricep tight, drawing knee towards hip. Navel draws into the spine and up. On the next exhale, gently bring that leg center. Switch the hand holding the strap. So now my left hand is holding the strap as my left leg comes across the center of the body. Can you keep the body from twisting? So my right knee is going straight up to the sky, not off to the side. Again, just find the stretch that's right for you. Breathe into the tension, no struggle. As you're ready, draw the belly in, bring the foot all the way up. Find that hamstring stretch. That's what's right for you. Maybe you stay here. Maybe the arm moves up. Tucking chin, nose towards knee. Gently come down and unstrap. And slowly bring that leg all the way down to the mat. Again, just noticing left side now compared to right. Heels to knees, knees to hips, hips to shoulders, shoulders to head. Bend the legs, bringing the feet to the mat. Draw both knees in, give yourself a hug and rock side to side. Hands to knees, gently circle the knees on the ceiling. Knees and toes are together. Gently go the other direction, so you're massaging out the lower back, all around the sacrum bone. And then as you're ready, gently draw the knees into the rib cage and away. And we're just kind of restoring a neutral spine. Finding that natural arch to the lower back again. As you're ready, bring your feet down and extend your legs long. Find Shavasana. And imagine that you are lying in a bed of sand, fully supported, the sand molding to your body, the warmth of the sun flowing over you. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, she will not fall, and God will help her at break of day. Nations are in an uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us, the God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Gently bring yourself back to this time and this place. Reconnecting with your breath. Noticing the way that your body has connected to the mat. Gently bring movement back. Wiggling fingers and toes, rotating wrists and ankles, turning your head side to side. And on the next inhale, let your arms rise up and overhead and stretch as long as you can. And on the next exhale, draw the knees in and roll over onto your side. One more breath here. Gently come up to sitting, finding your sitting bones. Stacking shoulders over hips, crown of the head to the sky. Checking in one final time, body, mind, and spirit. Taking a deep breath in, arms rise up and overhead, palms together. Exhaling, hands to heart. Holy God, we thank you for the firm foundation that you set for us, for the example of the life of Jesus, the indwelling of the Holy Spirit, for the way that you work in all of these ways, all-knowing, all-powerful. We thank you that you are the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And we are so grateful for your refuge and your strength. It is in the name of Jesus the Christ that we pray. Amen. Thank you for joining me today.